Hi everybody, I'm Mossy Oak 404 here. Just wanted to show you my new shooting bench I built here last week, and got to try it out here last weekend down on the farm. And I have to say the job I did was 100%. It worked out just fantastic, and this is my first YouTube video, and I thought, kind of excited about it. I would like to share it with all of you out there that like to punch paper and hunt. So this is what she looks like right here. As you can see, it's for a left-handed shooter. We had a permanent stand down on the farm that had seen its age, and a couple weeks ago I pulled her out of the ground and got rid of it, and wanted to go to something portable that if I needed to go somewhere else to shoot, I could just take the legs off this one here, throw in the back of my pickup box, and go where I could go to, to target shoot, sight in a new shooter or re-sight in an old shooter. That's about it. Right here, I'm going to fall back on materials used, the tools I used, and then we'll come back to the bench, and I'll give you some information on dimensions and a few other things that will help you if you want to kind of copy this this format of my bench. So hold on a second here. Okay, take her nice and slow here. One of the items I used was Drywaller's T-square, which let me draw some straight lines and let me mark off the screwing marks on my top of my bench, which are, the screws are 8 inches apart all around the bench. There might be a few that are a little bit closer, just to kind of even things up, or where I thought I needed to, put another screw or two. So, got my circular saw that I used to cut the 4x4 3/4 inch sheet of oak sanded plywood, and then I used my speed square a little bit. This is the section I ended up cutting out that I needed to remove to make it into a left-handed shooting stand. The drywall screws I used are a number 8 coarse type. They are 1 1/4 inch long. This is my torpedo level that I use on my bench. I've got a 1 inch by 12 inch flat steel bracket. It's got a magnet on the bottom, and then when I'm setting it up, I put the magnet on top of the steel bracket, and then I can adjust for my 90 degrees on the front of my bench. Got a set of Irwin clamps here that I used after I cut the 4x4 sheet of oak plywood in half. After I got everything lined up, I clamped her down and then commenced to do my screwing that I needed to do to attach the two 3/4 inch sheets of plywood together. Got an electric drill here with the PH2 screw bit on the end. Here's a piece of the tubing, steel tubing that I cut off. The steel tubing comes in 1 inch by 36 inch lengths. I cut off on each leg 8.5 inches to give me the height that I need for me to make it comfortable for me shooting at the bench that I built. And then just a regular battery operated power drill. And the other items was just your compound miter saw, and I only used that to cut the railing that I've got on top of the bench, the 5/8 inch square doweling, which is pine, for the bench top rail, to keep from casings rolling off the bench. I knew I shouldn't have made this video this time of day because the county's coming with their trailers, and I'm really sorry that I'll probably get a lot of negatives because it's noisy, but I'm a little pressed for time, so please bear with me. My voice carries pretty good, so kind of ignore the background. I'm sorry about that, but Sunday morning would have been a real good time to do it, but you know, it's quiet, but it didn't work out that way. Back here we have some kitchen cabinet liner that I had a roll left, and I cut out a section to how the bench is situated. I lay that down as a carpeting on top of the bench. So that's about it for the tools. Another type of screw that I used, the company's name is Spax. They're just regular construction screws. These are 1.5 inches. And then I had another same kind of screw that is just 1/2 inch. And now I'm just going to cut loose the camera here a little bit. I'm going to give you a little 360 view of the bench. As you can see, the legs are that 1-inch steel tubing. There's that 1-inch by 12-inch flat steel bracket that I put the speed, the torpedo level on when I want to get the front end, you know, at 90 degrees horizontal. So. And then just, you know, for my shooting chair, it's a 5-gallon bucket with that camouflage. You know, you can buy those spin seats for, I don't know, $7-8 at your at our local sporting goods store. So let me get the camera back in the stand here. And now we're going to go over dimensions. We'll start with dimensions and stuff. Of course, the sheet was a 4x4 sheet of plywood cut in half, oak plywood cut in half. And of course we got 4 feet all the way down here. This dimension right here is 14 inches, corner to corner here. From this corner up to here is 19 inches. From this corner to here is 24.5, and then of course across here is 2 feet. And we got ourselves a rabbit in the picture. How about that, huh? Well, we're not going to have him for supper tonight anyway, but he's pretty. And then the square railing is 5/8 inch square doweling, which is pine. And what I did is I pre-drilled holes all around on each piece I needed here to complete around the bench, and then I screwed it down with a number 10 wood screw, and pre-drilling it just keeps eliminates any cracking, and that worked out really good. Now we get underneath the bench here. You'll see this is a 4-inch floor flange that the steel tubing screws into. Like I say, it's 1 inch steel tubing. The 1 inch actually refers to the inside diameter of the tube. The outside width is 1 inch and 9/16, which I really liked because it just gave it some strength and stability that way. Down here, underneath this flange, I've got 3 washers that measure 3/16 of an inch on each flange in the front, and what that does will spread out your legs and give you more stability. Right now, from being flat at 90, they stick out 6.5 degrees on each one, so I'm getting 13 degree spread, spread out on the legs for front stability. And I tipped it also about 6.5 degrees on the back leg also. If you wanted to go out farther, you can just add more washers underneath here. They're like 1 inch washers, and then the inside diameter of the hole is 3/8 of an inch, so you got a lot of room to play with as far as that goes. The bench itself, I weighed it. It weighs 39 pounds, which I thought wasn't too heavy and it wasn't too light. When I headed down at the farm shooting, as far as being able to move it around, it's not 80 or 90 pounds like you might find, some of the shooting tables at a rod and gun club that are really massive, where they got 4-inch legs and everything is, sitting on a cement slab. So this is portable. This is made to go down on the farm or a place private that you want to take this bench to. It's your preference of what you want to do. Didn't do any screwing underneath here. You don't have to do that. All the screwing can be done on top. Or if you wanted the top, like this, then do your screwing on the bottom. That's the way I did it. It's a preference thing, so that's just the way I did it, and that's fine. That's about it there. I'll set this bad boy back up, and just note, as far as the height from my driveway flat here to the top here is 29 inches. It's kind of the same height that we had down on the farm on the old stand, and that fits me well for my body size, and stuff. So other than that, like I say, this again is 14 inches across here. From here up to here is 19 inches. From here down to here is 24 and a half. And I just drew a straight line across from each pencil mark, and then I cut that out with my portable jigsaw. And let's see, I don't think I missed anything else. I'll show you what it looks like, when I'm out on the range, how she looks when I got her set up. I'll take that piece of kitchen cabinet lining and I lay that down just like so. I've got my tripod front end gun rest here and stuff. I keep the spikes out. I could go down to the bottom here because this kitchen cabinet liner is tacky. It probably wouldn't slide, but even this protects the tips from digging into the wood, and it really keeps things solid there in that perspective. Then I've got my spotting scope. Then I've got my leather owl ear rest, my rear rest here. And if I'm not shooting a real long distance, I'll swap out this tripod rest for this here, and I've got some towels that I folded up so I can lift this up a little bit higher if I'm only shooting like 100 yards, 200 yards. This here is more out 300 and 400 yards. With this rest here, I've got a little bit more fine-tuning abilities with it as far as getting it out there. So that's about it. If you think this will work for you, it's just give yourself 2-3 days to build it. Put it together, stain it, let it dry. Get the railings on there and stuff. Keeps your shell casings from rolling into the weeds and the grass and stuff. And we know how much, besides trying to find the brass, how much brass costs now. So if you're a reloader or if you're buy shells, so that's pretty much it. Once again, I apologize for the traffic. I know that some people don't like all the background noise, but I had to get her done anyway. So anyway, this is set up for a southpaw. Just do the opposite if you want to make it for a right-hander, and go with the flow, whatever works for you. So I hope this will help you out if you've been thinking about making your own portable shooting bench. Right now I've only had it out once and it worked super great for me, and it should last for many a year to come. So thanks for watching. This is Mossy Oak 404 over and out. Have yourself a good week. Bye now.